Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Tony.
And I'm John. I almost knocked this
You
drink
almost
over.
knocked your drink over. This is the Game Misconduct Podcast, episode number 36.
Yeah.
This is the second twofer,
Mm-hmm.
but officially the first kind of twofer.
First twofer.
This is post E3, and we knocked that out together,
Mm-hmm.
but we did it like conference by conference. But this is the first one where it's like an actual podcast,
Right.
just together. Alan was unable to make it, so was Brandon. We should hopefully see Brandon back next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming from him. And we're going to start some things a little bit different
Yeah.
because we're going to kind of talk about what our plan is going forward. Now, have we really verified it yet that we want to start doing it this way before I start talking to people? I think the Friday deal. Are you cool with that?
I am.
I think the consensus was that you and I and Alan were. So I'll go ahead and just tell everybody.
Okay. Let them know.
Okay, so we're going to starting this Friday, which is, hang on.
23rd.
Is it the 23rd?
It is.
Okay, the 23rd of June, we are going to start streaming
Yeah.
the podcast live. We did this back right when the podcast started. For a little bit, it was just a trial thing, but we're going to start a new thing where we're streaming, and this time slot could change, but it's going to be at least 2 hours of streaming, starting at 7 Central Time over here in the States. So, Danny, I don't know what that would be your time. But 7 to about 9:30, we're going to stream for about an hour and a half of video games beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
We might do like a full play, you name it. And then we will stream the podcast live that right after. So it's kind of like a pre-show to the podcast,
Yeah.
Just get loosened up, get our voices ready, and, just have a good time on a Friday night. We figured after the press conference, and I don't know about you, I'll ask you here in a second, but we feel like, that streaming is probably something we need to start tackling a little bit more. So we've made the investment in some better equipment, which you'll see Friday. It'll be a special surprise. But I mean, what was your stance on streaming? I know you've always been Mr. Stream. Are you all about this or what?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great way to build a community and get people involved. And I mean, streaming is just fun. It's good to just to play games and. When people want to watch you and chime in, it's always fun to do.
Yeah, it's good interaction, especially with. I mean, we had a little bit of a decent showcase, and we'll talk about it here in a second. If you haven't could tell by the title of this video, I think I'm going to call it the Game Misconduct Hall of Fame.
Okay.
We had some key members show up, and you know what? They showed their awesome true colors and supported us all the way through it. And we want to be there for you and interact with you more. We do our best on Twitter, and in the comments. But until you actually have a live interaction with somebody, you really don't feel like you're getting interacted with. So we want to open that door. And I know it's a little hard for people like Danny and Amrit who live overseas with time zone differences. So if this is a bind, or if there's another time that's good for you, we can do our best to stream on maybe some other days so we can have some more interactions with you. But for the time being, it's like 7 to 9 every Friday is going to be the plan. So if you have another day that you're open, we'll do our best to, we'll tweet at you. I mean, you two guys are really good on keeping up with what's going on and interacting with us. So if you were just like, hey, I'm available Saturday, are you guys available? We might be able to just sit down and hang out in the chat, maybe play games together. That'd be fun too. Yeah. I know we've talked about that. So, but going forward, yeah, that's the plan. Getting that stream on, and just maybe doing some full plays.
Yeah.
Just depending on what people want to watch. If we might take a poll at some point and see, hey, maybe we can all just play this game together and hang out and then do the podcast. Just see how it goes. I mean, you don't know how it's going to go until you do it. So the plan from this point forward, every Friday, look out 7 to 9. We want to do it over on YouTube or Twitch.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, we'll decide there.
We'll,
look at you over at our Twitter at Gamer Misconduct. We will be posting about it all week just so we can keep you in the loop and whatnot. So yeah, so that's pretty much the only big news announcements from this E3 conference. But one thing I want to touch on about how you said about the community and interacting. This is the Game Misconduct Hall of Fame episode.
Okay.
So therefore, we need to touch on what that means.
Okay.
We at one point during the stream, we were just like, man, we got to get you guys a trophy and whatnot, because you, Amrit and Danny, were just rocking the chat. The girls were interacting with them the whole time, and they were contributing as well. So, I mean, they are like the MVPs in our eyes. And so we talked at one of the episodes doing a top 50 list, and you said that, I was going to get something for Danny if you do a top 50 list, and he ended up doing it and all that. But right now, before we show what that is, let's talk about what we did as, generally speaking, if you're going to be inducted into what we consider the Hall of Fame over here. What have we done? Do you want to talk about that? Or you want me to do it?
We've got a few items.
A few items.
Few items that we've purchased and
Configured.
Customized.
And they will be permanent set items.
They will be. So, it could be anything from, just hopping in the stream for, the whole time, maybe like 16 weeks or something in a row.
We'll deem what's worthy of it.
We'll definitely figure something out. We might throw another crazy challenge out there. Another,
and if you do it, you can earn your
top
stamp.
50 or earn your stripes. And it's just, I don't know. It's a good way to get everybody involved and kind of show our thanks for
being there.
Yeah, for your support and just it's all for y'all.
Yeah, it is. So for the time being, this is going to be the main set piece. And now there's one more thing, and we'll touch on that in a second.
Yep.
But the main set piece is the Game Misconduct Cup. It's literally a cup.
A cup.
And this is kind of fitting because our name is kind of based in hockey origin. You got to have some sort of cup, like a Stanley Cup. So this is kind of like our Stanley Cup, or whatever you want to call FIFA Cup.
Yeah.
But on here we've put some faces, and I think I'll go in reverse order because we actually have one on there that you other two might not know about. Yeah. Right now we got right here at the bottom, Amrit. We want to thank you so much for coming to those streams and contributing. You got a lot of game knowledge, man. And you brought up some good questions during the stream and whatnot, and we really enjoyed having you there, and we're really happy that you're a part of the community. So you've made your way onto the Game Misconduct Hall of Fame Cup. And right above him is Danny, Mr. Danny Ferris. We've talked about you as well. We talked about the top 50 list and everything he does. He's always talking. He loves the channel, and we love hanging out with him. Like we're gonna play, and all you guys, we want to play with you. If we want to play on live or whatnot, just let us know, and we'll do our best to contribute to the community. And then on top we got KJ.
Yep.
Now that's a Game Misconduct original before we started even getting into what we are now.
Yeah.
That was from Extra Life last year, 2016, and he stayed on our live stream for 24 hours. Like, watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Contributed, paid at one point $5 for John to kiss Alan.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that video, Danny or Amrit, it's quite something to behold.
Very funny.
I need to find out which one it is, and I'll let you know next week's podcast. It's one of the overnight streams from Extra Life, and it's like smack dab in the middle. So
it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning too.
It was
we still had like 6-7 hours to go.
Yeah, and I was asleep downstairs taking my sleep shift, and the next thing I know, I hear like, "Oh my God, we got the donation!" And it was KJ. So KJ, we told you from the start we were going to get a trophy for you, and it's taken this long, and we're sorry, but it's here.
Yep,
it's here, and I think it should go right here on top of the Recore set piece.
That's it.
So there it is, displayed for all. If you want to make your place on the cup, you got to write it into Game Misconduct history. Those are the top 3 right there.
Yep.
No particular order. Those guys are all fantastic. And we want to thank you so much. But one more thing, and I will hand it over to John because John's the one who promised this.
Yeah, I did promise this.
What is the reasoning behind what you're about to show?
During our E3 coverage, I believe we gave our top 10 games.
We sure did.
Of the conference. So we took everything that we had seen that weekend, because it was a weekend, not a week, but a weekend.
It was a long weekend.
But we took, everything that we saw, piled it into a top 10 gaming
list.
So I made a challenge to whoever could do their top 50 games, and Danny came through.
In like less than an hour, I feel. It was quick.
It was quick.
And it was, I think you made that challenge, and I said, Danny, do it, top 50. And you said, if he does this, I'm gonna get him something.
Yeah.
And this is that something.
So
what is it, Johnny?
It is a belt.
Oh my God.
The World Heavyweight Champion
Champion
of Game Misconduct. And Danny, it's yours, buddy.
You can tell if you can read your name. And this will be displayed as well. Where are we gonna put it right here on Record?
I think we are.
Here, I'll help you real quick.
We're gonna drop it right here.
Yeah, that holds it perfectly.
Boom.
Right there in the middle. Danny's got the belt, baby. Danny's got the belt.
He does.
That's awesome. Danny, I hope one day we get to meet you and you can try to wear that belt. I'm going to be honest with you. I tried wearing your belt. I wasn't worthy. It did not fit. It's a child's belt.
Yeah.
But there it is, buddy.
But
that's for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably just gonna give out stupid awards
Yep.
the entire time. I'm gonna throw out stupid challenges. If you do them,
You might get a
you
belt.
might get your own wrestling.
Or
belt.
you're going to end up on the cup. Everybody
Yes.
wants to be on the cup. We got a lot of space to fill here. It's actually
yeah.
a Fellowship of Christian Athletes cup. So we got to cover that up.
Yeah.
Maybe put a game misconduct thing on there. So there it is. Right there. Game misconduct. Hall of Fame, baby. Now we're going to move on to top 10, which is just fitting because you know what? Danny did such a beautiful job.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell because he's the champion of all, and that's just going to be there till the end of time. Or at least until I have to move sets, and then we'll just find another place for it. But I do hope we do get to meet you someday, Danny, so that we can see you. Get a picture of you in the belt. We'll all stand around you like wrestlers.